Hey there, Mina. My name's Andrew, and I'm the essay corrector here at IELTSpodcast.com. Well done for getting this far in the course, and thank you for submitting your first pieces. What happens each time a student submits a piece of work is I'm the one that reads through it sentence by sentence and lets you know how well you responded to the task, how well you structured your essay. I'll also talk about how precise and accurate the language was that you used, and I'll correct your grammar along the way. So, first of all, your structure looks good, very well balanced. I can see that you have decent examples supporting your work. You've also understood that this is about doing enjoyable activities with children. Not all students pick up on this, but you've understood that it's about participating with them. One thing that I will say, though, is in lexical resource, it's very important that we write in a formal manner, and kids is an informal term. So we need to say children or young people here. We should also vary our speech, so let's make sure we use different words for each one. So you've already used children in this sentence. So spending time with young people and participating with them in their pursuits. We don't need this bit, actually. We can just say participating in their pursuits. Participating features the prepositional context with. I believe that performing common activities with children is much better than solo reading. What's a common activity? Do you mean, mutual activities? That would be better. Okay, so your intro is actually nice. Well done. Very clear. Firstly, again, we could say offspring. And shared activities ensures healthier lifestyles. We use the plural here, so we must use it here. This is largely because for example, the Egyptian Minister of Health announced that children engaged in swimming competitions are 23% healthier than their peers. Be careful with this. In what way? Do they live longer? Do they breathe easier? You have to define terms like these and delve into them in a little bit more depth. Playing with young people is more important than reading. Secondly, joining the children in common hobbies. I'm very impressed that you're always referring to this with a child. It's very good. But it's sounding a little bit repetitive in the use of the word common. So mutual, shared interests. There's lots of other words we can use here. So here we could just talk about sharing hobbies with children. We'll develop their interpersonal and communication skills. This is due to the fact that active let's say active people are more I don't know what you mean by challenging. Capable, I think. For instance, recent surveys performed by Harvard University. Recent surveys reveal that sportsmen under the age of 30 are more competitive than their colleagues by a percentage of 20%. You just have to do this. That's perfectly reasonable. As a consequence, playing with children will have tremendous advantages for their personalities. To conclude, spending more time with one's offspring and playing with them will be more beneficial in terms of health and skills development compared to solo activities such as reading. And also, it's non-dependent here, so you can do this. What I mean by that is, if the sentence makes sense without the example, then you use a comma before such as. If the sentence depends on the example, usually you'll find it in the middle, then we don't need a comma before such as. But we don't use like in place of such as. We always use such as. Also, don't personalize your essay. Don't refer to your reader directly. This word here as well is just healthier. The healthier they will be. So you do have a good style of writing. You keep it quite simple. What I would like to do is introduce some more academic writing, academic vocabulary into your work. So I'll send you a few lists as well as some example essays to show you the sort of standard that's expected of you in the exam. Overall, you have a very, very good writing style, and I don't see any issue with you getting like a 7.5 eventually. Let's have a look at your next piece. So, communication is less between family members lately. Do you agree? Communication between family members, I would say, has been dramatically affected by the recent lifestyles adopted by our societies. I believe that communication and interaction between family members has been reduced compared to the previous decade. This essay will discuss the topic using mobile phone addiction and work-life balance in Cairo as examples to demonstrate points. Okay. Firstly, communication within the family is affected by recent technology. I would do this. So, firstly, communication within the family is affected maybe by recent technological developments. This is because of the noticeable technological addiction. Let's say the noticeable phenomenon of, let's say, device addiction, leading to a disinclination to communicate face-to-face and a subsequent drop, actually I should say, and a subsequent drop in interaction between family members. For example, a recent survey in Harvard University shows that 33% of parents are obsessed and addicted, let's just say obsessed with their smartphones, preventing them from properly interacting, we should say. Preventing them from properly interacting with their children. Therefore, recent technology is considered one of the main reasons for improper communication between family members. Cool. Secondly, the economic situation in modern communities has had a great influence on communication between family members. This is due to the fact that the work-life balance in modern societies has been affected, which subsequently has been affected subsequently harming proper communication within the family. Although now I've used subsequent twice, but that's okay because it was my fault. For instance, the Egyptian Minister of Health announced that 37% of... Oh, okay, the parents in Cairo, that's fine. Spend more than 16 hours daily at their workplace which has numerous drawbacks for their families. But what are those drawbacks? There's one thing I'm picking up quite commonly throughout your work, and it's a tendency to skip over the detail, to not explore the reasoning behind what you're talking about. So let's make sure that we delve deeper into our reasoning. So here, for instance, why has this happened? I would say that it's because of increased competition due to increasing population sizes, meaning the labour market has become difficult to navigate, which means many people have to work 2 jobs. The price of food has risen, the price of transport has risen, generally the cost of living has increased. So we need to be referring to our reasoning. You can't just say, well, the work-life balance has been affected, so people aren't talking as much. You need to tell us why. What's really happening? To sum up, communication within families has been tremendously affected by technology addiction and the economic situation. It is predicted that this problem may increase during the next few years, affecting more families. Good. So like I said, all in all, you have a very clear writing style. I don't struggle to understand you in the slightest, which is great. It means our work together will be a little easier. But I think the biggest gains for you already will just be in exploring your topics in more detail, and also getting a really good grasp of some more academic language and some more precise language. So I'll send that over to you now. Have a great day, Mina. I'll speak to you again soon.